third Roll to Riches appearance. He is a two-time winner. And this season's Player of the Year will start first, taking on the young gun, Sean Rash. Asked Barnes about this season. He said, not my best season of the career. That was 2000. But described it as his most satisfying. Cleared a couple hurdles on television, scratched and clawed his way to a couple titles as well. Through the nose, and fortunate 8 went down.
Yeah, you're right, Rob. Fortunate not to have a big ugly split looking at you. And again, remember, there's only 6 frames. It's the Motel 6.
Hence 6 frames.
Thank you. And look at that. Motel 6, spare ball.
There is some product placement here today.
Oh, geez.
Oh, my Lord. Did he take the wrong spare ball?
That wasn't on purpose.
Not a foul because he held onto the ball. I'll have to see if his shoulder is still in socket.
Well, wow. You know, you've seen Chris do this when he doesn't want, or doesn't feel right. Now, let me tell you how tough that is. He went out on the lane where it's full of oil and still stood upright. He didn't go down.
Well, this ought to be.
This ought to be interesting. He's got oil on his shoes.
Right.
Not sure if that ball's going to come off his thumb.
Well, some sparring.
These spare balls were just drilled for this competition today. Way to go, Chris.
That's a nice spare pickup. So we take a look at our Motel 6 matchup. Again, Chris Barnes was second in the online fan vote, taking on Sean Rash, who punched his ticket by winning the USBC Masters, the first tournament on American soil of the PBA season that just concluded. Here is Rash, third season on the tour.
His arms looked like he was putting sunscreen on in the dark. He's a good kid, though. A lot of fun. We had a great time yesterday. Mike Edwards played with us as well, along with my buddy Earl. And we just had a good old time, man.
Sean used the cheetah suntan oil pattern, apparently. A little spotty with his coverage. You know, they don't get a whole lot of sun up there in Anchorage, Alaska, my friend. Lives now in Wichita, Kansas. You could probably say the same for Wichita. And I don't think a lot of people head to Wichita to get bronze.
You know, early on it was a little bit of overcast, and Sean's like, hey, where's the Florida sun I heard all about? And
Corey's shine on his head kind of got me.
Assistant tournament director Corey distracted Sean.
Karma, man.
That's cold.
That's cold-blooded. There's Corey.
Don't take that, Corey.
Don't take that stuff, Corey.
Randy can loan you his makeup. Take care of that shine.
So anyway, as I was saying, so Sean says, hey, where's the sun?
Don't turn the light off.
He started rolling up his sleeves, and he says, man, I need to get some sun. And I said, don't worry.
Rookie.
Don't worry.
Florida
you
rookie.
Will. That lane's got some curve to it, sir.
It sure does.
It's got some fire to it.
And again, the driest part of these lanes with this cheetah pattern right by the gutter.
Yeah, and right now it's also getting dry up front, and it's getting more and more difficult to get the ball to go far enough to the right. If that bowling ball hooks early, it's not going to continue to the right. It's going to check and start going back to the left.
One other thing to keep in mind about the oil pattern today is that it's a very low ceiling here at Colonial Lanes, which means the television lights that much closer to the oil, making things break down just that much earlier.
Where did you get that?
I'm learning.
So on top of
I'm learning every week, man. Barnes drops them all. I am like a sponge.
I want to know where you got that from, sir. Take a look at this shot right here. This is pretty good stuff. And again, a lot of friction. All you need is good direction and some pretty good ball speed for that bowling ball to hold line. Notice Chris Barnes using 2 different bowling balls because that left lane hooks a lot more than the right lane.
There we go. Yes.
10-pin party in the pit. Back-to-back jacks for Barnes as we head to break. And Sean Rash has an awfully busy summer ahead of himself. We'll fill you in on his itinerary next, plus conclude Barnes versus Rash in the elimination round.
Close.
Right there. 15 career tour titles for Jason Couch. Coming up a little bit later today, the PBA Skills Challenge. Randy, you and I had some fun with this one.
Yes, we did. I think there were live animals involved in the taping of this show.
Or at least the subject matter of live animals was brought up. You'll have to stick around to watch and listen and find out what exactly in the world we are talking about. It's pretty much the norm for us anyways.
We had a pretty good time. But then again, when don't we?
Strike spare so far for Rash in this 6-frame match.
Hello.
Gets all 10 to fall. The unconventional strike.
Speaking of skills challenge, that looked like something you'd use in a skills challenge. Watch this. He's going to get a little high with this shot here, and he's going to trip the 4-7-10 late.
Yeah.
4-7-10.
Long season for the pros on the PBA Tour, and you have to pack in a lot into your allotted vacation time. Coming up for Rash, he's got a wedding in New York, Michael Fagan getting married. Then to Alaska, just for 3 days, he's getting inducted into the Alaska Youth Hall of Fame. Team USA training camp in Colorado Springs, and then to Russia to do some work for one of his sponsors, heading to Moscow and St. Petersburg.
Pretty good shot there. He knew he needed that hit to get back into this match. Now with only 2 frames remaining, although he only trails by 10, Chris Barnes is working on a double.
Rash, 7-0 on television in his career. Just 4 appearances. Guns the spare ball and just kicks it out. You see the smirk there, knowing that was a little tighter than he would have liked.
That was a good one.
Now here's Chris Barnes. 11 top 10 finishes this season. Beat Walter Ray Williams Jr. by 2 points in the Player of the Year race. 2 titles, 2 second-place finishes, 2 third-place finishes.
Yeah, there's big trouble in Orlando right now for Sean Rash, as Chris Barnes has now got himself a 3-bagger going into the 5th frame. We call this the Wally, the mixer. Chris Barnes says, you know what? 10's 10.
3 strikes in a row. He's just thrown a turkey looking for a ham bone.